Have you ever noticed how in Hollywood movies all the villains are played by Brits?
Maybe we just sound right.
Good evening, sir.
Thank you, Mary.
We're more focused. More precise.
We're always one step ahead.
With a certain style, an eye for detail.
And we're obsessed by power. Stiff upper lip is key.
And we all drive Jaguars.
Oh, yes. It's good to be bad.
Danke schön, darling, danke schön. Thank you for all the joy and pain. Picture show, second by. Danke schön, darling, danke schön. Save those lies, darling, don't explain.
De rassembler les diverses parties dans l'espoir de forger une compréhension mutuelle de la chose.
In 1994, we moved from our house in Oranje Street number 13 to our new home under Oranje Street number 13. Whenever I asked Pa why we moved down here, he would just tell me,
Moenie lui wees nie, gaan speel buite.
and then Ma would tell me to come back inside. But life in our new home was very fine for a while. Pa would always say, life is like a bologna. No matter how you slice it,
Dit bly bologna.
we lived there for 16 years, 9 months, and 5 days. We were down to our last tin of Vienna's when Pa went up to go find food for the family. It's been 3 days now, and I must go look for Pa.
Pa? Om 7 maak nou daar.
Und jetzt noch eine Meldung aus dem Sport. Nach 18 Jahren verlässt Autohersteller Audi die Langstrecken-Weltmeisterschaft im Top-Level-Motorsport.
Was?
And in the middle of the hot metal, the carbon, the alloy technology, sits flesh and blood. Rising out of its carbon fiber monocoque, the coolest head. These are the eyes that can pick out a face in the crowd, as if motion were being slowed down. Not passing in a blur at 200 miles per hour. This is the pure mathematics of angles and aerodynamics, the physics of G-forces and friction, and the raw instinct to race. These are the masters of speed. This is Formula One.
Hallo und guten Abend zu die große Preis von I almost said von Deutschland. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to round 7 of the 4Q Mate Formula 1 Championship. We are up in the Spielberg Mountains today. Up here over here at the Red Bull Ring. Currently, I'm staying on my own because my broadcast partner isn't here at the moment. But let's not fret over that. A 4.3 kilometer track featuring 10 corners. This track is mostly known for its very long straights, so it's very difficult to find a mix between top end speed and for that very tricky final sector. 3 DRS zones today. Should be a few DRS fights. Hopefully there won't be too many DRS trains, but something that's very key is that this track is not that aggressive on its tires, so the drivers might want to weigh in their options there on what strategies they're going to play. The undercut will be pretty powerful on this track, but hopefully no one gets too caught out by the tires. As again, plenty overtaking opportunities here, such as turn 1 and turn 3. Turn 1 tends to be the preferred area for dive bombing, and turn 3 is actually where the that famous crash happened last year between championship rivals Lando Norris and Max Verstappen. The name left me there for a moment, but let's get ready to get into the action. It's a sprint weekend, of course, therefore meaning 25% race before the main race, of course, and then short qualifying, and then we get to the main course, the 36 lap race. And that heralds the arrival of my broadcasting partner. How are you, my friend?
Mr. Chesterfield, everything goes awesome, going good, life is good, and you, man, I'm glad to be here.
So glad you could be here, because you are our resident Martin Brundle. We were just talking about strategies earlier. What do you reckon?
You know what? I think you summed up the perfect strategy. Just send it into the first corner. In the first sector of your best overtaking opportunities to catch someone out, and just at the end of sector 2, you have a perfect move between the S's, perfect place to catch another driver out and say, listen, I am better. But it sacrifices your tires. So you're going to see some weird moves taking place. The grid is at this moment the closest it's ever been. So we're going to see a lot of daring moves being taken in sector 2.
And we're looking forward to it.
Sector 1 is just purely going to be fire bombing.
And we're looking forward to it. Well, we're ready and the drivers are ready, so let's give them the green light.
Awesome.
Wets to start with. There's low race control is there.
Drivers, you can ready up.
Okay.
Well, they seem to be able to take instructions this time compared to all the other times where we had to have a go at them. But they're behaving today, which we're grateful for, aren't we, Mr. Eddie Molam?
That doesn't usually happen. We usually have to. In our old racing days, we are retired folk at the moment. We always like, guys, just wait a minute, just wait 1 minute, sort out the strategy. There's one driver's like, let's get it going, boys.
Well, let's get cracking. We got 4 lights, we got 5 lights, gonna pause now, and we go! The cars are ghosting, and luckily for them ghosting, we saw McLaren going to the side of an Aston Martin there. I can't quite hear the footage. I can't hear shit actually.
If it's possible to take just 1 moment and get your commentator into the live box by sending me an invite, please.
Oh, you're not here. Sorry about that.
Sadly.
Sorry about that. I'll send it to you. I'll send you one in a moment. And now I realize I muted the game. That's why I wasn't able to hear it. So let's get you. And as already, Pac-Man has a 10-second penalty as we get started. But here we go. Who are you again? Mr. Eddie Molam, you should be having a request heading your way. As currently, Daniel Doug is leading the sprint race, followed by Yaku. Then it's Mick. Then it's Tion Bottas in 4th, followed by Big Butt. 6th, Zulu Bum. Then it's a Drunk Teddy Bear, Death Trap, Raggy, Matrix, Scully, Fighting Swing, and then Babatunde, Pac-Man, Trombi, and then Mr. Ardu Buckle, who is back from his sabbatical.
Are we doing a reverse grid tonight?
We're doing reverse grid indeed.
Making it interesting. I was wondering why our midfield are having a stellar race at the moment.
Maybe this is something that everyone should actually pick up on. As
and say it's not the best option.
Because Yaku is lining up a move here on Mr. Danny Doug. We're gonna ride on board with him at the moment as he heads out of turn 4. He doesn't want to get too close to the car ahead because, again, there may be a lot of straights and this is a great track for overtaking, but then some of these corners are very long and winding. If you're looking at Daniel Doug right now, he is squirting around. He is moving around very heavily. He doesn't seem to be happy with the car.
It's a bit oversteer, I can see at the moment, and that just was the track, recently named track, luckily is a perfect opportunity into this first sector.
There we go.
Not having a not supposed to overtake, but let's see what happens in this.
He's just gonna absolutely try and send it here.
Chasing this win.
He wants it. He wants it. Will he have it? Maybe not this time, but he has another opportunity going into turn 5. Or turn 4, I beg your pardon.
They don't actually make a small job, but it's forced all the other drivers to, what do you call it, take a safer line. Maybe build a strategy from the back side.
Exactly, because now Yaku is now under pressure from behind from Mike, but he may have an opportunity to get past him. Don't make contact, and he gets past him. He'll be very pleased with himself, but Danny Doug will be kicking himself because he actually just let him through. The window was open, but are we going to see him fight back? Yes, we will. Them bang wheels, we love it. Oh, almost going into the pit.
Freeway on that corner. Oh, debris. Then those wings off.
Oh, someone is off. But now, something that is very interesting is that Audrey Buckle has not made any inroads.
Maybe some way. It's not even like his last phase. There's stuff around Trump and soon.
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness me! There should be a virtual safety car to a safety car coming out because that was a lot of debris all over the track and quite a few cars just having a go at each other. We saw quite a few front wings flying.
And this is one spun out as well.
Oh, and he's off.
This is pure chaos. This is pure chaos.
We saw some very careless driving there by these guys. But so far, only one retirement from Raggy. He'll be fuming over that. So, so much has happened over this last 4 laps. Oh, yeah, and Alpina Big Butt goes off. This is so peculiar because we don't really see these guys drive so aggressively. But now in the sprint race, keep some of that energy for the race, chaps. But can we please pay attention to the Sauber 1-2 and well, it's changed now, but there was a Sauber 1-2 and a Haas 3-4. That is a sight. I believe Matrix got ahead of Danny Doug there.
Yeah, but it's close. It's very close.
It's very close. He might try to have a go here, but not.
Was fighting to get back, but you can see there's the fighting coming in from the back and taking that place. Really, Daniel keeps it.
You know, I wanted to ask from your perspective because you've driven around this track quite a few times. When it comes to setups, I would say that a compromise has to be made between downforce and top end speed. Downforce because through that middle, Daniel Doug might get a penalty. I mean, Drunk Teddy Bear might get a penalty for that as it was track extending. Oh, Daniel Doug instead gets it.
Do you have the script? Can you share the script with me, please?
Well, some might say we're the World Wrestling Federation now by scripting these races. I promise you, we are not scripting anything. As a Drunk Teddy Bear starts lining up Yaku for an overtake, does he get it done? Someone locks up ahead of them, but he gets past him. Tion, rightfully so. Oh, as a Drunk Teddy Bear makes it stick and gets through Yaku, and he's up into second, but Yaku is not giving up. He wants that position. He wants it more than he wants to breathe. But Teddy is still there, still fighting. Is he running 0-0 wings?
I don't think so. No, it does oversteer a lot. But I think you have, coming back to the question you asked earlier, in my opinion, I didn't compromise my top line speed on this track. I can rather outbrake someone than to try and catch him on the straights. These aces and these tight corners are so critical.
As we enter into a very critical corner, Look at that. Discretion is the better part of valor in this instance, and Teddy didn't send it up the inside of Yaku, but maybe not in this braking zone, but the next one. Is he gonna go for it? Again, oh, he went for it.
It's not a safe overtaking zone, but had us given Mr. Matrix the chance to catch up to these two.
As we get a very wide shot as Matrix gets the move done on Yaku. Does he make it stick? Yes, he does. Up into third.
A drunken teddy bear right in front of him.
There is
we can see the grid is starting to flesh out now.
Yeah, but this has.
You can see Daniel falling back. Well, Jay falling back as well. Or just Buckle climbing the ladder. Big Wood recovering from that spin at the last corner.
But come on, this top 5 battle of this last 7 laps has been breathtaking. I'm out of breath right now. But here we go.
Mr. Director, apparently the fans are telling us that my mic is a bit soft.
Oh, okay. Let's see what I can do about that. Because I believe in the Discord settings I've maxed you out on the sound. Yeah, I've maxed you out on the sound.
As well on my side, maybe on your streaming side you can bump.
Let's have a look see. Let's have a look see, because I'm not capturing the Discord necessarily. Let me do this. I think this should be better. Yeah, I think this should be better. Can the
you can see Mr. Matrix is chasing Tiambo at this at the moment.
Yeah, but we can't ignore Yaku right on the tail of a drunk teddy bear. He is sniffing and weaving. Is he gonna try go for a move here? The car got a bit unsettled there as the car bounced off the curb. Teddy goes a bit wide. Is he gonna get a penalty? Why has he cheated the system? But no, oh, if Yaku goes for an overtake attempt here, I'd be very surprised, because that is has to be quite a long, not too far, maybe 0.3 seconds behind the car to really go for a dive bomber on this track into turn 1.
One thing I've noticed at the moment is the fighting swing. We haven't had him this high in a while. He's a constant top 10, top 5 driver, but he's going to move up quickly as we see an overtake on Mr. Yaku.
Oh, look at that!
And now he's trying to catch a John Teddy as well.
Yeah,
he's back.
He's back. The TACs are fighting amongst each other. Will they gang up on the teddy bear, or will Skulk here also creeping up on the tail of this battle here?
Just for the viewers to know, this is Skulk presiding out, and he's also a comedian.
Absolutely.
But not the comedian.
Same, but different, but still same. As we start lap 10, the order is Tian Botus, then it's TAC Matrix, then it's a drunk teddy bear, TAC Fighting, TAC Yaku, Skulk Bez, Danny Doug, Baba J, Mick 007, Big Bud 33, Audrey Buckle 65. He's starting to make inroads, but not making as much progress as I expected from him. Then it's Pac-Man, then Death Trap, then Zulbum, and then finally Trompy.
One thing, I think our biggest loser of the day, sadly, is Mr. Daniel Bug. Having that first 2 lap lead and dropping all the way down to 7th after 5-6 laps, it's sad to see. But I believe he has had wing damage, as well as you said, he's not quite comfortable with his setup.
And of course the drivers are going to have one more qualifying session for the main race, and any setup tweaks that they may want to do, they can do there, as Mike gets another 3-second time penalty.
I think Mr. Bigfoot is also close on getting a penalty. We've seen him go wide once or twice. On that last corner, it's going to be close. And you can't really afford it. The championship battle's on.
But we have tire performance indicators here. That's actually my first time seeing these indicators, and what we see is that Fighting Swing has been taking more life out of his tires compared to the other drivers.
I am so glad they implemented the system so we can actually see what the drivers are experiencing, not just having a third-person view.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
As I said, Mr. Platform gets in 93 seconds.
Yeah.
The new baby has him busy. He's not been able to practice as much as he wanted to.
Yeah, and that's an interesting characteristic of this track. I'd say maybe alongside Imola is that it's very easy to get a penalty for track limits, especially in qualifying. That'd be crucial in qualifying because any slight infringement, the game will make you pay for it. As we see Matrix going for a move here, we're still riding on board with Fighting Swing, but Matrix is alongside a drunk Teddy Bear. Teddy might lose 2 positions here because both of these cars have DRS.
Yeah, but it's keeping Mr. Fighting just at bay. As we see Mr. Skull go on a move on Yaku. He's close.
These an absolute.
5 cars in one corner.
Oh, and there's been a big problem there as Zulubum has been taken out here. Oh, sorry, I beg your pardon. Zulubum gets a time penalty, and TAC Fighting getting wrecked there. He'll be.
I think they were just too close. It's a perfect recreation of what happened between Perez and Sainz.
Exactly, yeah.
They were just too close, and the touch wheels, from my perspective, is what I saw, was just getting too close. I'm actually glad that Skulk and Yaku didn't get close. And we're talking about Skulk, he's going to get a podium.
Oh, look at that, out of nowhere.
He's getting a podium tonight.
Absolutely. And I wanted to bring up Death Trap, but I'll touch on him more during the actual race. But he is someone who has really impressed me in this season and the latter half of last season.
Yeah, we had numerous occasions where internal discussions happened about Death Trap's driving the engine, the sport, that's what I'm searching for.
Sportsmanship. Or
having good sportsmanship. It was always a rough time to race with him. He would make very unsafe moves, and the discussions afterwards weren't always pleasant. And as he's saying now, he's become a better driver and a better sportsman to drive against as well, a better competitor.
Yeah, absolutely. He has impressed me quite a bit. So, that's the sprint race. Let's get ready for qualifying.
See Mr. Matrix in 4, Scott was at 18 seconds. Who is first? Tian Brutus and our second driver was? I can't remember now. What's our finishing squad look like?
It's Tian Brutus, then Scully, then Yaku, then Matrix, then Baba J, then Big Butt, Drunk Teddy Bear, Audibuckle, Danny Doug, Mech, Death Trap, Pac-Man, Zulubum, and Trumpy. And
Magic's penalty cost them the podium.
That is unfortunate.
Oh wow.
Let us cut to an ad break as we get ready for qualifying.
Blood, sweat, and tears will get you there. But joy will take you further.
Bam bam, mon ça se passe, j'ai sur mon lit à bouffer sa langue en buvant trop mon whisky. Quant à moi, peu dormi, vie débris, mais j'ai dû dormir dans la gouttière où j'ai eu un flash. En 4 couleurs. Allez hop, un matin, une louloute est venue chez moi, poupée de cellophane, cheveux chinois. Un sparadrap, une gueule de bois. A bu ma bière dans un grand verre en caoutchouc. Comme un indien dans son igloo. Ça plane pour moi. Ça plane pour moi. Ça plane
60 years ago, we began to work with Ferrari. What we've learned from our shared passion on the track, we've put on the road. Shell V-Power. Ferrari fuel for the road.
Everybody stop talking now. Attention. Here we go. I told you, I'm the real champion. Extraordinary scenes. I told you, I'm the champion of the world. And I can't remember the last time I saw something like this. One of the greats. What about that? That's astonishing. Absolutely phenomenal. Ronaldo! The Egyptian on fire. Capisa Rabada. World class. Oh, he's done it again. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Serena Williams. The queen of centre court. And she's done it. Is he going to get there? Surely she is. Semenya takes it.
I just want to say,
my goal is to become a champion.
That's the job to do.
There's more to come.
It's about
hard work and dedication.
The comeback kings. What a beauty. Yes! Champion of the world. World champion. I told you, I'm the champion of the world.
Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back, everyone, for qualifying. We had a fantastic sprint race, and now it's time for the drivers to really see how well they can do under pressure in a shootout. Just going to.
We are waiting for everybody to ready up, and then we're shooting into qualifying. Now, give me your predictions. We already know our top three is going to be Arjus Buckle. Mr. Ragnarok is up there as well. Big Boot. Nate is going to put on the helmet tonight and give us an excellent lap. Who's the following drivers? Who do you think will follow them up?
Just give me a second. Right, the drivers have been instructed that they may begin qualifying. Mr. Eddie Molam, please do tell us what is needed of a driver around the Red Bull Ring in qualifying.
The Red Bull Ring is certainly guts, having the nerve to drive wheel to wheel on these sweeping corners, as well as keeping it stable, keeping calm mind. Sector 3 especially, you have to just nail that line perfectly. If one mistake, one slip up, it causes you to either get a track limit or just go off the track and lose a lot of time. Going into Sector 3, the exit of Sector 3, the last corner, you have to hit those corners perfectly every time. Your first sector you can fight with other drivers, you can mix it up. But the third sector is just pure consistency. That's the main thing I would say you need to perform on this track.
So now let's talk about traction as well, because we saw in the sprint race that quite a few drivers were spinning up their wheels outside of after coming out of turn 3 and turn 1. What do you think that can be mitigated using the setup, or is it a skill issue?
That can be one of two things. It most certainly more often is a skill issue, but that can be mitigated by just turning down the engine braking a bit, or your throttle control and how quickly your diff engages. Especially out of these slow corners, you are more often more keen to just hammer it down and say, let's go.
Absolutely.
And you can just, okay, let's tone down the diff engagement a bit and take it slower in the corner exits and still keep the traction and not wear out your tires as much as you're going to do by spinning out these slow corners.
Absolutely. As we start to see the cars making their way down the pit lane, we have an Alpine that's I believe leading the pack, and it's Bigfoot. We're gonna ride on board with him, and we're gonna stick to him because he is technically he's also in a title fight, taking the MotoGP line there. He is also in a title fight between himself and Tion Bortas. Do you have any comments on this title fight? And better so, do you think Ardu Buckle has resigned himself to not be in this title fight because he hasn't been around for quite a few races, or do you think he is still in this fight? I haven't crunched the numbers yet, but what do you think?
It's a bit of a bad time to take a sabbatical. We're still early in the season, somewhat early in the season. I think we're halfway, at this point, about time quickly. So, yeah, he's going to have to put up massive performances. We should have seen it being done before. But there's a new competitor, there's a new spirit. The young workers is not something to be messed with.
And to
we've always had, like, yeah, Big goes away and laps after good, basically. Now we've seen someone lap 3/4 of the grid, but in the race. So
it's absolutely insane. Please.
The fight between between second and third is not really first and second anymore.
Exactly. Oops, sorry. So please do guide us through the remainder of this lap on board with Big Butt coming out of turn 3.
Let me get that cameraman on of him. Always a weird line looking at Big Butt. Taking a wide corner entry, slicing it down the inside, and we see him follow that same strategy here. Which is weird, we are not seeing him bottoming out, so it means he's running a bit higher setup for the Red Bull.
And of course, the face down, arse up. He takes a very interesting line through that corner. This lap and the next lap will be invalidated. Oh, a rare mistake by the big brother.
Luckily, we are still on Q1, as we see Mr. Fighting seems like a 104. Which is an exceptionally fast lap for this track. Tion would just take a 103, barely 104. We're close to it. We're very close to it.
I believe this is supposed to be a short qualifying session, so we won't have Q1, Q2, Q3 as per. But we do see. What do you think? Do you think we're going to stop dipping into the mid 103s, or does Tion Bortas still have some? He's yet to fully show his hand.
Sorry, I quickly had to check something out.
That's okay. We're still riding on board with Big Butt as he is taking his time to regain some of that battery power. As Tion Bortas is still leading the field up in provisional pole, followed by TAC Fighting and TAC Matrix. The TAC band over here harassing Mr. Tion Bortas, but now it seems like Big Butt is about to get his opportunity to restart his lap. Hopefully he doesn't make a mistake here. So, Mr. Eddie Molam, for the second time, take it away.
We are heading into the first corner, slicing it. Oh, good control from Mr. Big Butt, not going over the edge, not giving any way to track limits. Now speeding down the straight, you can see him use his battery sparingly for that last section he needs to do that. Cutting these corners quickly, elegantly, consistently. Let's see if he'll keep it consistent into the second sector, having the same line, going wide, in, out, same. A bit of a slower corner for him this time, but let's hope he keeps it on this time. We see the softs again. He's trying to push, he's trying to make it out of Q1, which you said we might actually have a short qualifying today. A bit of a slash. He almost lost today.
Yeah. Is he going to abort this lap?
I don't think he can afford to abort it. He needs to set the lap.
Yeah, he needs a
The final
banker.
corner, he slides it, barely keeps it on track. Nice control, and he drops his battery completely over the line.
Up into 5th. We
I
both...
don't think that's... Yeah, it's not a good lap.
That was a...
I mean, to be good, it's a good lap, but for Big Bird, that's a... He's kicking himself at the moment for that sector 2 incident or mistake.
Yeah. So, that puts him up into 5th. We know he definitely has more pace in there, but then considering that he was making quite a few mistakes in that prior lap, it wasn't an awful effort as we riding with Drunk Teddy Bear sliding out of the final corner. Let's see how he does. Currently in 4th position. Is this a fast lap or is it an in lap? I believe this will be an in lap. Quite a few cars have pitted. As yellow flags are out in sector 2, might just be another car just driving slowly, recharging their the battery packs or maybe warming up their tires. But yeah, riding on board with Drunk Teddy Bear and the Haas.
It's a Sauber in sector 2. I think it was Mr. Jakob putting up a lap as well. But maybe he spun a bit. You don't see anything on track. It's a regular in sector 2.
As Jakob is coming to the pits now. He needs to be very careful not to speed in the pit lane. That's very easy because of how fast you take the pit entry.
It's the same like in Canada. You have to watch out.
Yeah.
It's a tricky corner almost to dive into. If you overshoot it, you are out of the race.
Exactly. So the track getting a bit more quiet. Some of these drivers don't want to use up their tires. Let's talk about Mr. TAC Baba J, Mr. Baba Tunde. I've referred to him as a papaya black horse before, because out of nowhere he'll have a weekend where he's fighting in the top 5 or top 5, top 6, and then other weekends where he may not be there. What do you think? What do you think about that?
I think it comes down to personal environment. I think when he gets stressed, he's not able to perform as much. We've heard several times it's like, oh guys, I've had a great week, it's been awesome, and then we see him perform. It's sad that his performance is tied to his emotional state at times. Not to say it's emotional, but just how his emotional state can influx his performance, where if he gets into the flow state, he just performs, he gives it everything he has.
As Zulubum has retired, I believe the Safa Brit, believing that he is, it's either he had a crash, because he hasn't set a lap, has he?
I think he's out for a session. Maybe maybe a technical issue on his side.
Maybe.
Call it an engine problem maybe.
Let me just send him an
Steering
invite.
issue.
Let me just send him an invite just in case he disconnected. Let's see. I cannot find him on my or am I just being slow? I'm not wearing my glasses. It's not helping that I'm not wearing my glasses. But I don't think I have him on EA. But anywho, let's have a look at let's talk about Tion Bottas for a second. We mentioned his pace, and because I've tried driving with his setups, he likes a really I wouldn't say wild, but he likes a really loose setup, at least from the setups that I borrowed from the time trials. I don't understand how he can carry so much speed and stability into the corners, but then also not sacrificing traction.
I think it's a pointy end. What I've seen from his setups, it's a very pointing end, so he has a lot of rotation on the braking and slow corners without sacrificing his straight line speed. That's what I've seen from a few snippets from his setup in time trials and such forth, and what he shared personally to the group as well. It's a very pointy end with still a lot of front end rotation.
It's very interesting.
You can see Mr. Fighting starting his lap as well. He's chasing you wants that provisional pole for first qualifying.
Exactly. Pole position doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to win the race, because in actual fact you'd want to be second because you have the inside line going into turn 1, I believe. Or am I thinking about the wrong order? Maybe I'm wrong. The viewers can tell me. You're still riding with TAC Fighting Swing here.
It's not a perfect lap for him. Small mistakes here and there, but he's getting into the flow again. As you said, he's been away for a while, and now he's up to second at the moment. This is still first qualifying. Anything can still happen. The race can start, and we see our first row get knocked out completely. It's Red Bull. It's a fun race. It's always fun on track.
Yeah.
You have fun racing. You have fun incidents. You laugh afterwards.
Yeah. Very short track as well. So I was gonna say, will blue flags be a factor? But now blue flags don't really play a role as Raggy takes second place. Blue flags aren't really too much of a problem in this game because the cars automatically ghost. For immersion purposes, I'd rather the cars not ghost because yeah, I don't know, it adds an extra I don't know, extra gem.
But I understand, looking at the current esports scene, not esports, the online scene, we've seen several racers are just acting like sport rats, where they won't allow you to overtake even though you are leading the race, or they will purposely take you out if you're trying to overtake them. It's more of a way to control the front runners and to hinder them not doing, because you get spiteful people. That's just a big problem, and there should be a setting to turn off ghosting. I think there is a setting to turn off ghosting anyways, isn't there?
Maybe, but you know, we're a bunch of spastics who don't know any better. So I guess it would be best just to keep ghosting on for the moment. Considering the incident that we saw previously in the sprint race, maybe ghosting, if ghosting was on at that particular moment, I believe it was fighting, would not have been in the wall. But at the moment, Tyrion Borges is in first position, followed by Ragnarok, and then Fighting, and then TAC Matrix, who has retired from the session. Perhaps he also thinks that he has done his fastest.
And talking about spastics, we can see Mr. Baba J pushing. He's already 5,500 down on his previous time, making time into the second sector now. Let's see the split in a moment.
Oof, is he gonna understeer? No, he won't. He's not understeering. He's doing very well. He's keeping it nice and clean here.
2 tenths would push him up to 10th place already. Let's hope he can finish it, and he keeps it in. Come on, one last corner.
Oh, there's a bit of understeer there. The car didn't want to turn in there, but he goes up into 10th. You were bang on there. Yellow flags out in sector 2 once again.
That's just a slow moving Mr. Skulk, I believe.
Oh, sector 1 and 3 too. We see Skulk warming up his tires there in the background. What tires do you reckon they're going into? It's a 36 lap race. What tires do you reckon they're gonna go for? Because I guess some might be tempted to do soft mediums, but I don't know. I don't foresee anyone doing a 2-stopper. This is gonna be a 1-stop. So, what do you think? Hard mediums or mediums hard?
I think they are going to do, if they are daring, they'll do a 2-stop, do a medium soft if they spare soft during the qualifying. As you see, Mr. Baba J going out on the mediums was qualifying that.
So it's trying
that can
to.
be an option, but medium hard is the more practical option. It's a bit more safe. Whereas if your softs get wear down, they're unusable after 5-6 laps.
Exactly, yeah. as Bigfoot's still racking in the laps. He is on a set of soft tires. I guess it would depend on what combination of tires the drivers took for today. But Bigfoot currently pushing. He's not pushing, or is he? Currently on a set of soft tires. So is this going to be his banker lap? As we, wow, how time flies! I didn't even notice that we were two and a bit minutes left in the session.
So the drivers are exiting, doing the out laps now for the last qualifying session. You can see Mr. Ragnarok also doing the out lap, left trap as well. Nick 007, the newcomer, or somewhat newcomer to the current grid. He really wants to put up a time as well. We've seen some incredible drives from him the last 4 races actually.
I was riding on board with Bigfoot there, and I'm noticing he's taking a lot of curb as he takes it up into second place. That 103.9 might just be out of reach. We're gonna stick to Tion Bottas, but that 103.9 is a bit of a monster lap right there. But now Ragnarok and Bigfoot only separated by 0.5 of a second.
That gap used to be closer. So either Raggy has dropped back a bit, or Bigfoot stepped up his game as a new challenger approached. And I mean, 2 things. That's barely a corner's worth, 2 corners worth of exiting basically.
Yeah.
We are on board with Mr. Yaku as he's doing his outlap, getting those tires heated up. He's one who's really furious. He would want to push up in the qualifying for those races especially. Stuck in 13th position at the moment with 1.5.496. Not an ideal place because you're stuck behind all of the carnage happening in front of you.
Still riding with Yaku here as he gets ready to begin his fast lap, his final flying lap of the session. Take it away, Mr. Eddie Molam, as a drunk teddy bear retires from the session.
A lot of traffic he has to avoid into the first corner. Luckily, drivers get it off his way. He is dumping his battery.
Absolutely, yeah.
Not ideal because you don't have a lot of chance to regenerate your battery. A weird exit on corner number 3 and 4. I think that might cost him a bit more time. It was slow on the entry, slow on the exit, and he's keeping it safe. And I know about you, Mr. Chest. This is not a time to keep it safe.
Absolutely
not. And see what sticks. It's not a time to say, okay, let's keep it here, let's keep it here. You just have to go. Stuck in 14th position at the moment. He has to push, and he's not been able to gain a lot of time. I think he lost a small bit of time compared to his previous lap as well. Into the final sector, he's sliding a lot more than it should be. And he kept it on track. Let's see what his final time is. I don't think it's really that much faster. 2 tenths, 11th place.
11th place. But then
in the mix, it's still at the back mix. You're still stuck behind all the carnage that's happening in front of you.
That must have distracted him quite a bit. He will be unhappy with what was happening in front of him, because I would have been in his eyesight and really messed up his vision going into turn 1. But end of qualifying, we have Tion Bottas on pole, followed by Bigfoot and Raggy. We'll see.
So moments before the qualifying session ended, Tion Bottas just slaps everybody.
Absolutely insane.
4 tenths, going 4 tenths quicker than his previous time.
Absolutely insane. Well, we'll see the viewers in a moment for the race.
Have you ever noticed how in Hollywood movies all the villains are played by Brits?
Maybe we just sound right.
Good evening, sir.
Thank you, Mary.
We're more focused. More precise.
We're always one step ahead.
With a certain style, an eye for detail.
And we're obsessed by power.
Stiff upper lip is key.
And we all drive Jaguars.
Oh, yes. It's good to be bad.
Darker shame, darling, darker shame. Thank you for all the joy and pain. Picture show, second by. Darker shame, darling, darker shame. Save those lies, darling, don't explain.
Blood, sweat, and tears will get you there. But joy will take you further.
Bam bam, mon ça se passe, j'ai sur mon lit à bouffer sa langue en buvant trop mon whisky. Quant à moi, peu dormi, vie débris, mais j'ai dû dormir dans la gouttière où j'ai eu un flash. En quatre couleurs. Allez hop, un matin, une louloute est venue chez moi, poupée de cellophane, cheveux chinois. Un sparadrap, une gueule de bois. A bu ma bière dans un grand verre en caoutchouc. Comme un indien dans son igloo. Ça plane pour moi. Ça plane pour moi. Ça plane pour moi, moi, moi. Ça plane pour moi. Ça plane pour moi. Ça plane pour moi, 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 moi. Ça plane pour moi. Ça plane pour moi.
Welcome back, and the drivers are ready. We hope that you're ready. The commentary team is ready, as Bigfoot has left the session. Oh, that's unfortunate. Anyway, Mr. Eddie Molem, are you still in the session?
I am still here waiting for the drivers to give us a spectacle tonight as we count down the lights. And it's lights out.
And away we go. That was a bit of a pause there. I was sure someone was going to jumpstart. But very good getaway from Tion Bottas as Big But's under attack from Raggy. Raggy is up into second place now. Audrey Buckle has taken third position from out of nowhere. And wow. Almost lost my voice there for a second, but is someone going to send it into turn 4? No, but we do see a car ghosting there. We're not sure what happened, but Big Butt is dropping. He needs an invitation urgently. Mr. Adam, can you please send Big Butt an invitation, because his AI is dropping him all the way down the order.
He is coming back into the session. As we can see, our servers are communicating. That's him joining.
Oh no, that must be so frustrating.
And Westbrook, just before we started, the race started, he drops out.
Oh, that is
technical issues.
Oh no! But he loves a fight back up. But now, end of lap 1, we have Tion Bottas. Then it's Raggy and Ardu Buckle. We spoke about Ardu Buckle earlier, and we did reckon that he might come out of nowhere and get those good finishing orders. Can he hold on to this third place position?
I mean, it's just. He's coming back up. Where did he start? He was like 5th place, which qualified. He is coming back quickly, keeping a gap between 5 tenths after Raggy, and that's not a big problem. Raggy is dropping back from Tion Bottas. That's going to be a hard fight to climb back into 1st place. Just buckle.
Exactly, but he should be happy with 2nd place. I mean, he's been away on break for quite a while, but now. Let's look here. We have Fighting Swing right on the arse of Ardu Buckle. Is he going to get past them? We have the Williams pair in 4th and 5th place, and then followed by Matrix, then Trumpy, then Danny Doug. Then it's going to be Bubba Tunde, then Yaku, then Death Trap, then Mike, then Zulubum, then Pac-Man, then a drunk Teddy Bear, and in 16th place, a very upset Big Butts, I'm sure.
There have been notices of load shedding coming back. Let's hope he was not struck with a load shedding.
Hopefully.
Just before 10.
Hopefully that would be absolutely diabolical.
About load shedding, I'm not actually. If I disappear, no, it's load shedding. No, it's South Africa. This is the state we live in.
Absolutely, it's a bit of a. I was gonna use a very bad word here, but as we see a fight between Raggy. I was gonna say a fight between Raggy and Audrey Buckle, but then that would be doing Fighting Swing and Injustice. He is also here, guys. Remember what happened in the sprint race? Don't take each other out, please.
He is reeling between these two, and he's actually got a chance. Them going wide might have just, if he just got a better corner exit, he might have taken both of them. This is still just stuck between overtaking and having to play it safe. Because these two are not living an inch or millimeter as we are metric for each other.
This is some great racing.
Constantly stay behind that.
This is great racing. Great sportsmanship. They're racing hard, but they're racing fair, which is what we love to see.
A weird thing we see is the Matrix that have dropped back significantly. 1.3 seconds behind fighting. It's dropped out of the race, and it's costing him a lot as he's on the flip side of the skull at the moment. Let's see what happens into this third, 4th corner.
Oh, I'm getting nervous watching this. Oh, well done, guys. Made it through that quarter in one piece. But now, Raggy's starting to pull away from Audrey Buckle a little bit as Audrey Buckle loses out to Fighting Swing. Do not pull a Hamilton. Are they going to crash? Oh, very close, very close.
I'm just glad that both kept it on track and nobody spun. So luckily, no after-race discussions happening.
Oh, it's times like this where you're really happy that you stopped racing and you took up broadcasting because, wow. Riding on board with TAC Matrix, who is in this fight for 2nd place. Let's not count him out just yet, as Tion Bottas has pulled away. 3-second time penalty for drunk Teddy Bear. Tion Bottas has pulled away 5.2 seconds.
Looking at Mr. Matrix, that fighting between Mr. Raggy fighting and Audrey Buckle saved him as he was out of the RA zone. He's back into the RAs. He's still in this fight. He's still in a position to take positions away from his riders in front.
there's some static from your end. There was a bit of a kerfuffle going on. But anyways, Mike also gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings of track extending. But now, this fight up at the front between and Fighting Swing defending hard against Ragnarok. Can you guys keep it fair, keep it clean, as there's a yellow flag in Sector 2. Someone has gone off there. I believe it's Pac-Man. Oh, Zulbum has gone off in Sector 2.
That is not ideal out of that corner exit, but it's a commonplace to spin out. Looking back to there's not a lot of fighting, it's just pure error. And a 3-second from this is as well. We're only 6 laps into this race. How many penalties will be dished out?
We're only
drivers really pushing back hard to stay with each other.
We're only 6 laps into this race, and there's so much has already happened. The fact that we see from P2 all the way down to P6, I believe, in one camera shot, love it.
Oh, this is going to be fun. And the Scott was in it, going on a move on.
Oh, someone's locking up. Oh, that was brilliant. Well, what happened? What happened? I couldn't see from my camera angle. I couldn't really see, but I saw someone steaming into turn 4 there.
It was Mr. Skulk, and he's going to take on Mr. Argus Buckle as well.
Oh, this is absolutely
where did this come from?
Out of nowhere.
Any performance from Mr. Skulk like this?
Will he take him around the outside? I'm loving this. I'm sure the viewers are also loving this. Oh, this is Grand Prix racing at its finest.
A 5-way battle for second position. Yes.
But now, something that we cannot ignore is that there is the risk of a safety car, so the drivers are eating through their tires. I think they're all going the hards to medium routes. Interesting strategies by them. I guess they are hoping to go very deep into the race, and maybe a safety car, and then bolt on a pair of soft tires. As we see another dive bomb and a half there by Mr. Skulk, but he gets the car slowed down in time before he goes to the side of that Ferrari.
And make sure you capitalize on that situation, taking his position back, constant swapping, no position is secured at this stage of the race.
Oh.
As you can see, the tires are getting warmed in and rubbed in.
Oh.
The traction is gaining, the traction is amping up, and the racing is stellar.
This is absolutely fantastic. We absolutely love to see it. As the running order is not the same as the previous lap. Like every lap, there's been a slightly changed running order.
And something I've just noticed, we might see a Trumpy in this fight as well. He's just over 1 second behind.
He will definitely be catching up to them, but okay, he is on a set of mediums. But now the guys at the front can fight it out because they're on a set of hard tires. But now Trumpy needs to be very careful to not start overdriving and sliding his car too much. As I believe Big Butts has rejoined the session, or did I see the wrong thing? Oh, 15 seconds back, he'll be devastated with that. Lap 8 of the 4Q Mate Formula 1 Championship. And we're here in Austria, and Tion Butts is pulling away 9.4 second gap to second place, followed by Audu Buckle. Then it's Ragnarok, then it's Matrix, then it's Scully, then it's TAC Trompy. After that, Daniel Doug up in 8th position. Then it's TAC Baba Tunde, as Daniel Doug gets a 3-second time penalty. Then it's TAC Yaku. Yaku's going to want to pass Jean soon. Sooner rather than later. Let's ride on board with him. He is a bit far from him, but now Jean, looking at a move on Mr. Daniel Doug, he gets the move done before the braking zone. But now, will Daniel Doug have DRS going into the next braking zone? Yes, he does. I think. Getting a head rush from all this action. TAC Jean goes into the back of Baba Tunde there, and I see that Mr. Eddie Molum has disconnected from the Discord, but I'll take over. It's fine. We're still riding on board here. Big Butts has joined, and he has left. quite a few errors going on with the connection wise. Might be load shedding on his end, but now this is what I absolutely love about this track is that because it's so short, there isn't an opportunity for the field to really spread out. But now, will we see Jean making a move on Mr. Danny Doug into turn 1? Possibly. If he can get close enough, he'll have DRS. But now, Mr. Daniel Doug is on the medium tires, but he's also carrying a penalty. Big Put has tried to rejoin, and he has left the session again. So unfortunate for the chap. But now, here we're going to see Jean go for it. No. He, discretion, once again, the better part of Valet. Live to fight another day, as the saying goes. But he will try to make the move go. He should make the move stick now. Will he get past? Yes, he does. But is it going to stick, or is Mr. Daniel Doug going to fight back against him? No, he doesn't. He should. Who's going to have DRS here? Daniel Doug has DRS here. And is he going to get past Mr. Babatunde again? Not on this particular occasion, but this definitely means that Yaku is going to catch up to the back of this fighting pair. As we look further up in the field, the fight from 2nd down to 7th place is really heating up because Trumpy has in fact joined this fight. Well, somewhat. Only 8/10 behind Mr. Skulk, but 8/10 can easily become way less if something happens. Just need an opportunity to catch my breath because, whoo, a lot has happened here. As Wilbum gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings, he has to be very careful now as Mick pulls the trigger just to pit. So now we're not going to. I'm very curious as to what tires he'll be running. So as a spectator, we'll be able to actually see what tires. So we have Mr. Mick going onto a set of hard tires. So he's planning on one-stopping this race, and yeah. But this fight is still heating up as Mr. Scully takes a sniff of Mr. TAC Matrix. Oh, so I beg your pardon. Ragnarok takes a sniff of from Scully. He will want that position and he will fight for it with a vengeance. Looking down the order, we see that the grid is as Mr. Eddie Molem has returned. As we're riding, things are starting to calm down a bit. The cars are starting to spread out a little bit. But now we're riding with Mr. Ardu Buckle as he tries to fight Mr. TAC Fighting for 2nd place coming out of turn 4. Mr. Eddie Molem, are you here?
I am sadly going to have to love and leave you. We have wonderful load shedding that has kicked in 5 minutes before 10, so that's part of South Africa. I'm just here to say cheers and say good luck and enjoy the spectacle because I can hear from the stream it's going wonderful.
Thank you very much for being here, and yeah, load shedding is back and it is a fickle bitch. Cheers, bud.
Cheers, guys. Enjoy.
Still riding with Mr. Ardu Buckle here, 0.1 of a second behind Mr. TAC Fighting, but TAC Fighting is putting up a very good fight here against him. He is not letting him through in the slightest. But now, is he going to be able, Mr. Ardu Buckle? He needs to be very careful because he should be wearing out his tires now. As we head down towards turn 4, Mr. TAC Fighting takes the defensive line, but is Mr. Ardu Buckle going to do a switchback? Not on this occasion, but he's going to have another helping of DRS as Mr. TAC Fighting lags ahead it just a little bit. But now, this is some great defensive driving by TAC Fighting. Yellow flag in Sector 2. Looking at the timing sheets, I don't really see anyone who has gone off. But yeah. TAC, Mr. Ardu Buckle is desperate to get past him because now Mr. Fighting is holding him up a little bit, and that is making Mr. Matrix consider having a go on him. Who said Formula 1 is boring? I certainly didn't. as we ride on board again with Mr. TAC Matrix, we get a POV from his angle of Mr. Ardubuckle gaining ever so slightly each lap of Mr. Ardubuckle, but perhaps we're actually seeing the DRS train starting to form. The DRS train is a little brutal around this track if you need to break the 1 second window out of turn 1 or turn 3 to escape that DRS train. So going into turn 9, that DRS zone can be a game changer pretty late in the race where the cars are underfueled a little bit. But now, the penalties that are being dished out, they may also have a deciding factor in this race, because quite a few drivers, I believe half the grid has a few penalties. But speaking of penalties, Mr. Deathtrap gets a penalty. Deathtrap is starting to fall back a little bit behind Mr. TAC Baba J. Gap currently 3.8 seconds. I had to take a moment to have a sip of water there. But now we can also see that Mr. Skulk is falling back from Mr. Ardubuckle. As we ride with Mr. Ardubuckle, as he is much closer on this lap to a Fighting swing. DRS wide open, but now Fighting is he is still not letting him get close. He is dumping that battery pack probably. As he takes a more defensive line, make no mistakes, chaps. Oh, but now sounds like Mr. Ardubuckle was struggling there for traction. Is that him maybe burning through his tires? Maybe. As Mr. Zulubom gets a 3-second time penalty, but Mr. Ardubuckle is going to want a very good run out of this corner, but now Mr. TC Fighting. Oh, a wily old fox he is, making sure to get the ideal defensive line out of that corner. Doesn't want him to get any closer than that. But he is doing a great job to hold Mr. Ardubuckle back. Hopefully the Ferrari driver will keep a cool head. My former teammate during my time as a Ferrari driver, but now TAC Fighting needs to be very careful there, because he did run a little bit wide there. I do believe the next warning will be a penalty, as the medium there's the drivers who started on the medium tires. The pit window is now open for them. But now look at this! Look at this DRS train going all the way down to Ragnarok. But Mr. Ardubuckle has gone past TAC Fighting, and he should have a second dose of DRS, because he was oh no, he's not. I thought he was gonna get perhaps. Okay, so TAC Fighting is going to fight back. Yellow flags in sector 1 and 2. No signs of a safety car coming out, but Mr. Ardubuckle is now released, and I would say is going to try and hunt down Mr. Tion Bottas, but that 17.2 second gap is quite big. Lap 17 here, and this has been an absolutely barnstorming race. I have enjoyed calling this race, and I've mostly enjoyed how the drivers have managed to keep it out of the walls. Because perhaps they have learned from the mistakes of the from the sprint race. But now we have a very interesting story here of the two Williams drivers running line astern. So will Fighting Swing put up a virilous fight against Mr. Skulk, or will they play team orders and hold position as Mr. Trompy gets a 3-second time penalty? Looking down the order, and we see quite a few cars pitting. The Haas boys have pitted. Curious to see if they were going to double stack, as there's a yellow flag in sector 2. No, they're not double stacking. Both Williams drivers pitted, as a drunk teddy bear goes onto a set of medium tires. Hopefully he'll be able to make the tires last until lap 36. Still no safety car yet. Very surprised. These drivers have learned from their misdeeds in the previous sprint race. As Pac-Man is now in the pit, we're going to stay on board with them, as the pit window is now open for the hard tire drivers. Is this that's a bit of a slow stop, to be perfectly honest. Not the cleanest pit stop I've seen. Well, that was a bit slow, but riding with the Williams pair, which is currently being hunted down by Matrix. Matrix has a tendency of holding back a little bit, maybe conserve his tires, and then coming to life towards the end, towards the last few laps of the race. But now, that DRS train that we were talking about earlier, Ragnarok has now been excluded from that DRS train. So now, the Williams boys locking up into that corner. He is not going to be happy. They're not going to do the tires any favors, because they will try to run as deep as possible. But now Mr. Tion puts his pits as Mr. Drunk Teddy Bear pits again. We wonder why though. Perhaps the game put him on the wrong set of tires. We're going to speak to him after the race, and just to see exactly what happened. But as it stands on lap 19, Mr. Bottas is still leading, and he has pitted. I believe he has had a free pit stop, or Audrey Buckle is going to just see him coming out of the pit lane as we try to find him. And there he is. But yes, so Tion Bottas now has come up to the rear of Mr. Audrey Buckle. But of course, Tion Bottas has the tire advantage, and he's just going to breeze past him. They're on running completely different races. But a valiant effort indeed from the Dutchman to make up for his absence over the last few races. The Flying Dutchman in red. So, the Williams pair seem to be holding their positions, and TAC Matrix making some inroads to Mr. Skulk, Basenhout / not the comedian. But yes, we're gonna ride with Matrix here as he begins to chase down Mr. Skulk there as Fighting Swing comes into the pits. But now, more importantly, Mr. Matrix. I need to put on my glasses. Mr. Matrix is now in the DRS zone, and maybe not in this braking zone, but the next one he might be brave enough to absolutely send it up the inside. Oh no! Forget about it. He's going for it. No! Ooh, that was very, very close. As the order still being Tion Bottas in first and Mr. Audrey Buckle in second, but Matrix is nipping at the heels of the Williams driver. And as we see Fighting Swing coming out in 7th place behind Bubba J. Let's see what actually happens. Perhaps Jean will put up a virulous defense as well, similar to how Fighting was absolutely putting up determined efforts against Mr. Audrey Buckle. I believe these two are coming in now into the pits, and they are. So let's see what happens in the pits. Is there any mistake from the pit? Oh, this is very crucial because they are fighting for effectively track position and overall position. So decent stop there from the Red Bull team. And he comes out just behind Mr. Skulk again, as Audrey Buckle also pits. The front runners have all pitted. I believe all drivers have pitted now, except for, I beg your pardon, Mr. Babatunde has gone long, and perhaps he is considering putting on a set of soft tires towards the end of the race. Need to catch my breath, so much has been happening.
De rassembler les diverses parties dans l'espoir de forger une victoire individuelle.
lap 22 here of 36, and Pac-Man has retired from the race as Matrix has come. Oh wow, he has gotten past Mr. Skulk as he begins to hunt down Mr. Ardubuckle. Gap currently 2.2 seconds between them, and Mr. Bubba J only now comes into the pits. He has gone very long here, and let's see what tires they bolt on at the McLaren garage. And he has also gone for a set of medium, so we don't seem to have anyone trying the hard to soft strategy. Perhaps it's for the best, as we see Mr. Ardubuckle up against Fighting Swing once again, as he's gonna try and have a go after this at the end of this. Wow, English escaped me there for a second, I beg your pardon, as he tries to have a go at him at the end of this DRS zone, but he's a bit too far. Had quite a bit of wheel spin coming out of that corner. Of course, Mr. Ardubuckle with a 1 lap fresher tires than Mr. TAC Fighting, but now we see him catching up to the rear of Mr. TAC Fighting, so I think these next few corners are crucial if he wants to get past them. As I look down the order, I don't see too much happening. We see Mr. Mick only 0.7 behind Trompy. And here we're going to ride here. We're going to stick to this fight between Mr. Ardubuckle and TAC Fighting as Ardubuckle just wants to get a little bit closer, I think, in the next corner. Into the next braking zone, into the next heavy braking zone. He's going to want to absolutely send it, but not get ahead of Mr. Fighting Swing too early, in what would result in Mr. Fighting also picking up DRS. But now, Mr. Ardubuckle has DRS now. He should be able to breeze past him now. As we ride on board, he is using his battery pack, but now he's going to absolutely go for it. Ooh, oh, and there's contact. There's contact. Oh, very some argy-bargy action there from Mr. Ardubuckle. Some very questionable. That's certainly going to be taken to the steward's room for review. Very aggressive move by the Ferrari driver. It gives the impression that he was getting frustrated of being stuck behind the Williams man. But lap 24, Mr. Ardubuckle is now up into 4th as we get another yellow flag in sector 2. Don't see anything on the telemetry, but yes, Mr. Matrix is now he was within 0.1. I beg your pardon, Mr. Ragnarok at a point was within 0.1 of a second to TAC Matrix, but now Matrix has caught up to the rear of Mr. Ardubuckle. Is he going to Mr. Skulk? Is he going to go for it here? Not at this particular occasion, but debate can be made on if he actually cut that corner. Send your answers to the post office. As we see quite a bit of locking animation. We're not quite sure if that means that Mr. Skulk has been locking his tires, but yeah. As we see Matrix desperately fighting and weaving to get ahead of Mr. Skulk. He senses a third a podium position here. Really being held up by Mr. Skulk here, but Skulk is putting up an excellent effort in favor of his teammate. But now, is that effort going to be fruitless at the end? Well, we're going to have to wait and see. 10 laps left of this race. As Mr. Skulk goes a little bit wide there, leaving room for Mr. Matrix to breeze past with DRS wide open and a little bit of a battery boost as he gets the job done before turn 4. But Raggy coming out of nowhere, putting up the fight against the sister Red Bull car. A Racing Bulls versus Red Bull fight. Absolutely excellent. We love to see it. As Raggy gets past Skulk as well. As Skulk starting to fall back a little bit here, but Mr. TAC Babatunde is now still in 7th place. As things starting to calm down a little bit as Big Boot gets a penalty. Well, now we're not quite sure if that's his AI or if it's actually him, but I think, yes, I do think that Big Boot's back in the session, as he is catching a drunk teddy bear at a rate of knots. I do believe the stewards will have a view of that incident between Ardubuckle and TAC Fighting Swing, because that was a very aggressive move, and the debate can be made on whether or not he had control over his car. So I just received word that the race director has noted the collision between Ardubuckle and TAC Fighting. Perhaps it will be investigated after the race. Not too many laps left of this race, only 8 laps remaining. But lap 28, the running order is currently Tion Portis, then Ardubuckle, then TAC Fighting, Raggy, Matrix, Skulk, Baba Jean, Trumpy, Danny Doug, TAC Yoku, Mick, Death Trap, Zulu Bummer, Drunk Teddy Bear, Big Butt, and the only retired car for this evening, Mr. Pac-Man 977. Could have sworn his name was 007, but anyways, bit of a ding dong happening between the Williams and the Ferrari driver, as we see fighting coming alive now. Perhaps he's a bit pissed off from the move made by Ardubuckle. Maybe not. Ah, no! We're gonna stay on board with these two as they continue to absolutely hammer it home. But so far so good. Again, hold on. We have a radio message that's about to be beamed.
Race control has joined.
Collision.
What's up, Chase?
Collision between Fighting Swing and Ardubuckle has been noted.
What did he say? Collision between Fighting Swing and Emil has been noted. Did we collide, Emil?
Yeah, you turned in on me, remember?
Oh, sorry about that.
So Mr. Tion Portis receives a 3-second time penalty. We heard a message there from the from the race director, noting that a collision between the two of them, between Ardubuckle and TAC Fighting, as a number of penalties have been dished out in this race. So stewards are going to want to have a review of that incident. I'll certainly review it. But now, TAC has had an excellent run out of turn 1. Is he gonna get past them? And they've collided! Oh no, guys, no! It was all going so well as they give each other a gentle love tap. Oh no, man. TAC Fighting has gotten past Ardubuckle. But now the Ferrari driver is going to want to really get through there. He really wants to get past the Williams car, because he knows. Oh no! TAC Fighting has really eaten away at his tires. 37% front wear. He has really worn out his tires. As is he starting to drop back a little bit? Yes, Mr. Ardubuckle now in 2nd place. Let's look at the fight between Mr. TAC Matrix and Mr. Skulk, as that's beginning to heat up. Both drivers within Skulk within 1 second of TAC Matrix. Is he going to send it down the inside of turn 1? No, he isn't, but he gets very close to him. Almost front wing to rear wing. Very close indeed. But now, is he going to try and make the move stick on this particular occasion? No, he isn't. There's a bit of traffic between them in the form of a wild Ragnarok as TAC Matrix ghosts, which will allow... Ooh, I was gonna say which would allow if Skulk had a good run out of that corner, would have allowed him to inherit that place effectively. But now this fight getting really heated up between 4th, 5th, and 6th place. for the final podium position, as Mr. Arju Buckle has now cleared TAC Fighting. The gap currently 1.45 seconds, but a lot of argy-bargy between the two drivers. From start to finish, this has been an excellent race. Some very hard driving by the drivers. And yeah, as my throat starts to hurt a little bit. Currently, Matrix is sat behind the Racing Bulls of Ragnarok. He's going to want to get past the sister Red Bull car as soon as possible, so he can also take a fight to TAC Matrix. Does he get it done here? No, he doesn't. Bit of slight collision there. Bit of contact made by the two drivers. Nothing too hectic. As Mike gets another penalty. Mike gonna have to be very careful because he might get disqualified for too many penalties. As really struggling. I'm really struggling to see some of the action because of the HUD, the head-up display, blocking some of the action. But we do see a drunk teddy bear who has pitted for a set of soft tires. Very interesting indeed. 5 more I beg your pardon, 4 more laps left of this race, as Theon Bottas's lead has been eaten into a little bit by Arju Buckle, currently at 9.2 seconds, I assume. But now, let's pay attention to the battle of 4th, 5th, and 6th position, all within 1 second of one another. As Matrix has gone past the Racing Bulls of Ragnarok, and TAC Matrix just up the road, 2 seconds up the road from him, but these chaps still fighting it out. Do we see Ragnarok going for a move there? Yes, we do, but will it stick? It will. Very well done by Ragnarok, the Racing Bulls driver, but TAC Matrix coming back at him, and he gets past him. Excellent. But now we do have a Williams going slowly there of TAC Fighting. Is that Fighting swing? Yes, because we see a Williams just ahead of Matrix. Yes. So Matrix currently hunting down TAC Fighting swing for the last of the podium places. And looks like Fighting is really struggling right now. He might be struggling because we saw the tire graphic popping up, and we do see him sliding a little bit, coming towards the final corner. Here we go again. 2 laps remaining of this race as we go into a lap 1. We're riding on board with TAC Matrix in the Red Bull as he tries to make a move around the outside, or inside, outside, I beg your pardon, of TAC Fighting, and he gets the move done before the corner. But will we see Fighting fight back? Not coming out of the corner, but perhaps going to the next corner, going towards turn 5. We do see him on the inside line. Will it stick? Be careful, guys. Yes, it does. Fighting runs Matrix a little bit wide, but nothing too hectic. But Matrix fights back. We love to see it. Excellent driving from the pair. As we ride on board now with TAC Fighting, as he puts up a virilous fight against Mr. Matrix. This fight is going straight to the end. It's too early to call it. Honestly, way too early to call it. As Mr. Skulks is currently 0.4 seconds behind Ragnarok, as TAC Fighting lining up Matrix for an overtake into turn 4. Reminder that it's not turn 3, it's turn 4, because the little kink coming out of coming off the turn 1 is counts as a corner. So wait, no, I'm wrong. This is turn 3. But now Mr. TAC Fighting, did he get the move done? Yes, he does for the time being. Is he gonna be able to keep Matrix behind him, as Matrix has a look down the inside? Oh no! Oh no, that was so close. I thought for a second that Mr. Matrix was going to go into the side of Mr. Fighting swing there. Many misters. But this is very good racecraft by the pair of them. Very good racecraft from TAC Fighting, and the commentator's driver of the day will certainly be Mr. Fighting swing, as he has put up a virilous defense from Arju Buckle and Matrix. And they do gives him a little bit of a love tap there, as Ragnarok joins this quartet, as they get very close, into to one another, as TAC fighting gets a move done on TAC Matrix. But now, will we see a dive bomb on the final lap by Matrix? No, they almost went 4 wide there, and they almost go into one another. But Mr. Fighting Matrix having a moment of wheel spin there, as the two Williams drivers now fighting for for the final podium position. Don't take each other out, chaps. James Vowles will be very upset about that, but I think now things should calm down between them. And it's Skulk who gets ahead of Fighting at the end of this battle for the final podium position. But anything can happen. Perhaps they'll invert cars for championship purposes. But now Fighting has a penalty, but Skulk doesn't. In actual fact, the driver of the day is between Skulk and Fighting, because Skulk has done very well here as he takes, I believe, his maiden podium position. With Tian Bortis finishing in first, then followed by RG Buckle, then Skulk, then Fighting Swing, then Matrix, then Ragnarok, then Baba J, then TAC Trumpy, then Daniel Doug, who hasn't completed the race just yet, and then with Yoku rounding out the podium, the point scoring positions. Then finally, then it's Mike, Zulubum, Death Trap, and then Big Butt, and then finally a Drunk Teddy Bear. With our sole retirement being Pac-Man as Mike. Something has we didn't catch that. Oh no, I beg your pardon, but we didn't catch the late move made by Mike there. As it seems that Daniel Doug lost a few positions there. We'll see from the final order. And yes, I do agree with this Driver of the Day award, because Skulk ran an absolutely fantastic race. As we get ready for the podium celebrations, I'm sure Mr. Tian Bortis will be thrilled with the win. But honestly, we cannot deny Mr. Skulk or even Fighting Swing to be candidates in the running for League Driver of the Day. As I get ready to have a few words with the podium drivers.
Over 60 years ago, we began to work with Ferrari. What we've learned from our shared passion on the track, we've put on the road. Shell V-Power. Ferrari fuel for the road.
Well, I'm here with the podium drivers. We have Mr. Skulk, Mr. Dion Bortus, and a wild Ardu Buckle. So I'm going to start with you, Skulk. This, I believe, this isn't your first podium, is it?
No, it's my first podium.
It's your first podium with
Yes.
us.
Yes.
We were watching your entire race take shape. Absolutely fantastic driving by all of you, actually. But how did you feel in that fight between yourself, Matrix, and Ragnarok at a time there?
Yeah, well, it was a tough fight. Matrix is not a slow guy, and yeah, so we just had to manage the tires, manage the ERS, and not take any unnecessary chances.
You certainly didn't take any risks there. Do you see your who would you see as being your main championship rival at the moment? Because we saw yourself, Fighting Swing, and again Raggy absolutely going at it, and it was great to watch. But now I'm sure at some points you had to be nervous about making contact with one of them.
Yes, I think Matrix and I, we have a friendly competition going. So it's always a close battle between us two. But Raggy joined us today, and it was definitely a close battle between the three of us.
It was certainly great to watch. Well done. Mr. Ardu Buckle, back from sabbatical. First race back from sabbatical in a while. How do you feel for securing second place? You had to work for it.
Yeah, that was tough. I'm happy with it.
Yeah.
I don't think I was ever going to get anywhere near Tian, so second's the best you can do these days.
You had a very great fight with Mr. Fighting Swing there, and at one point, you guys collided there. I would say it was just a racing incident. Two drivers fighting elbow out. Are you looking forward to more fights with them in the future?
Yeah, for sure.
Excellent. Well done to you as well. On making your comeback. Well done to you as well.
Yeah, thanks.
And then, lastly, but certainly not least, Mr. Tion Bortus with an absolutely commanding race. You started from pole and absolute barnstormer, and basically lights to flag victory, I believe.
I think Emil led 2 corners.
Yeah, I did actually.
But anyways, an absolutely fantastic effort from you once again, and you expand your lead in the championship. A very unfortunate disconnect, I believe, for your title rival, Mr. Big Butt. But now, how do you feel with your chances of securing this championship before the season ends? Although we're only in round 7 technically.
Well, technically, I'm not leading the championship. But is. I
Oh.
was third going into tonight.
Oh.
With Matrix ahead of me. So yeah, after tonight I closed in on But. It was unfortunate given his issues. It would have been a fun battle, I think, to the end of the line, given DRS and how powerful it is. I think our race pace was definitely close. So I mean, if either of us had DRS, I don't think we would have pulled away, unless one made a mistake or got lucky with a pit stop and traffic, perhaps.
Okay.
Well, as sad as it is with what he experienced, it slightly makes it fair, because I mean, I had a game issue as well in Zandvoort where my AI disqualified me. So slightly evens the playing field a little bit, but still not nice to see.
Okay, just
so yeah.
So last question, and this applies to other two drivers as well. Any key takeaways from this race?
I suck at qualifying.
Okay, that'll do it. Thanks, guys. Enjoy your evening.
Thank you. Cheers.
Thank you.
And there we have it. Race winner Tion Bortus, followed by Ardu Buckle, and then lastly, last but not least, an absolutely stellar performance by Mr. Skulk. See you next week. We are yet to know where we'll be racing from, but myself and Mr. Eddie Molam will see you all then. Thank you very much for tuning in. See you next week.
In 1994, we moved from our house in Oranje Street number 13 to our new home under Oranje Street number 13. Whenever I asked Paul why we moved down here, he would just tell me,
Moenie laat wees nie, gaan speel buite.
And then Ma would tell me to come back inside. But life in our new home was very fine for a while. Paul would always say, life is like a bologna. No matter how you slice it,
Dit bly bologna.
we lived there for 16 years, 9 months, and 5 days. We were down to our last tin of Janus when Pa went up to go find food for the family. It's been 3 days now, and I must go look for Pa.
Pa? Chef maaks nou dan.